Morning. Here we go. 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 In the shadow, where the mystery is born. In the statue, searching the sun that keeps me warm. I've been following the stairs of the one who's gone and gone. I've been flying with the eagle to the center of the storm. Late in the afternoon, twilight fills the sky, stretching out the evening's awning. My heart explodes with joy, I can hear the baby cry, and I have seen the light of a new day dawning. As below, so above. You're alone. Take the shackles from my feet and the madness from my mind. Let the circle be complete. Like this moment out of time, make the earth and heaven speak to me. I have been deaf, dumb, and blind. Now every flower's gone to seed. With every dream my heart can find. As I turn within to the emptiness erased, I'm lifted up by the hands that adore me. The whole wide universe is filled with peace and grace. The door of life is opening before me. Give me the strength to trust. Like a warrior of love, on a silent hill where life and death collide, between the past and the present moment's glory. For every questing heart, the path is written from inside, and all the rest of it, just your story, your story. You are alright, much morning. Make sure everything's up and running. Great to be here with you. It's Monday, by God. New week, new day. We're doing it. Yeah. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Where am I? Facebook. Yes. Let's go here. Okay. Test one. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're groovy. Great to be here with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace and blessings. It is the last day of June, by God, my friends. Yeah, I think 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Yes, I believe that's correct. So let's rock out here. We got another chance to do it right. Yeah, let's do it right, my friends. Let's do it right together. So thank you for being here. Great to have you for the next hour if you're able to stay on. That's what I like to do. An hour of pouring love and light and miracles and prayer and meditation and inspiration together. Much love and gratitude to everyone who's a part of the journey here with me, all my friends, both near and far, that I'm blessed to co-create this project, Morning Poems and Prayers, every Monday through Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. Live in Ireland. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. Let's keep that violet flame going, shall we? I think there's no worry there. There's no doubt that we need that violet flame. Let's start with this. Go ahead and close your eyes. Hand over your heart. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths together to get centered. Here's the first breath. Let go. Oh, lovely, lovely sigh. It's all about the sigh, my friend. Straightening the spine, looking up through the third eye. Second deep breath. Let go. Oh. Third and final deep breath. Hold. 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 Let go. Right on with your right on. We'll start with this one, then we'll go to the violet flame. I am my I am presence. And I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the I am, the entire company of, I'm also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth. The entire company of heaven. The elemental kingdom. The angelic kingdom. And Gaia, Mother Earth. I give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of my life and of life itself. I ask my I am presence to consecrate every thought, word, feeling, and action which I express throughout this day with more love and more light for myself and my world. I am the open door for the violet flame. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity. As one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love, we invoke the most intensified frequencies of the fifth dimensional crystalline solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow. Beloved Saint Germain and your legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels, we ask that you blaze, blaze, blaze this violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns in, through, and around every thought, feeling, word, action, memory, and belief. that humanity has ever expressed in any time frame or dimension, both known and unknown, that is reflecting anything less than heaven on earth. Transmute this energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection and seal it in an invincible force field of God's comprehensive divine love. We accept that this activity of light is being God victoriously accomplished, even as we call. We also accept and know that this violet flame is increasing daily and hourly, moment by moment, with every single breath we take, until this sweet earth and all her life have ascended into the fifth dimensional crystalline solar realms of light on the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Deep breath. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. We give thanks, we let it be, and so it is. Okay. Yeah, there I am. All right. Welcome, welcome. Let me just make sure everything's groovy here. Boom. Okay. Yes, here we go. Okay, thank you. So, you're very welcome, I say once again. Happy Monday. I hope your weekend was everything you needed and wanted it to be. I had an interesting weekend. I had a great weekend, honestly. I was planning to go to my friend's party, Mia, out in Tipperary, for the Course in Miracles group, but life had other plans. I went and had a cleaning of my teeth there from the dental hygienist, and that is quite a physical experience at this point in my life. So that kind of wiped me out, but I was standing at the bus stop with my bag packed and ready to go. The bus was an hour later than I'd expected, and because I just glanced at the schedule and made an assumption, actually. But there I was, and I didn't get the message that it was flowing, so I let it go and just had one lovely thing after another unfold over the weekend, which wouldn't have happened if I had not been here. So I got to sing with Declan Sinnott, Masters of War, and You Ain't Going Nowhere at the market, and did all my grocery shopping for the week, which I needed to do and was grateful to be able to do, from a little LifeWave money and some money there from the market for singing, from Jer and Charlie, which is very generous of them. And then where am I going? I just hung out Saturday, and then got taken out to dinner with Brother Tim Brown on Saturday night. So that was a joy, because we hadn't really talked in a couple weeks, and he'd had some great news. So it was wonderful to celebrate all that with Brother Tim. And then Sunday afternoon was Speakeasy, and I got to host with Maureen Muldoon as the speaker, and she always does an amazing job. I just love and adore her, along with everyone else on the call there. Clive Williams, who's Mia's husband, did the music and did a great job. And just wonderful to be a part of these communities. And then last night I got the wind up and finally got on to do my Bob Dylan uh, music show, and did about 11 Dylan songs there, and warmed up with Don McLean's Bronco Bill's Lament and my own I Believe in You. So we did Blowing in the Wind, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, which is a hell of a song. You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome, Masters of War, Forever Young, You Ain't Going Nowhere, Tangled Up in Blue, Tomorrow is a Long Time Away, The Times They Are a Changin', and The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, and I Shall Be Released. So just celebrating Bob's 83rd, and it's been quite a run, Mr. Dylan. Thank you for the journey. Thank you for the wisdom and all the inspiration. Victoria Keating is celebrating yesterday her 10-year anniversary of playing with Declan and Christy Moore at Glastonbury. I didn't know that had happened, so that was nice to hear about all that. Victoria is a lovely friend, and she's invited me onto her show, and there it all is. Yeah, so I'm rubbing shoulders with musical royalty here. Ireland is where the soul finds its music, the heart finds its fire, and the eyes find 1,000 shades of green, whispered by the wind. Absolutely. It's certainly been the story for me. So let's, what else? Well, of course, as June finishes up today, and it has been quite fiery with the solstice and the solar flares and the Schumann resonance going crazy, and Stefan Burns, our space weather guy, reporting things that have never been seen before. It's pretty incredible. A lot of flooding in to our brothers and sisters over in China. God bless them. And it's not the people that are crazy; it's the governments. That's my take on things. Here's Bashar. Your world is preparing to experience a level of unconditional love in the near future, unprecedented on your planet. And that's from our sister in Oz, Miranda Wills. And we can know that that is coming, my friends, because everything is rocking and rolling. Here's Sahelia, SGH, closing out June, with respect to how you showed up on the days that unraveled you. Friday, the triggers that challenged you and the moments that crushed you, with appreciation for the time spent with the people who felt like home, for the nature and animals that soothed you and the peace that held you, with recognition for the progress you've made, at times leaping and leveling up in ways you've never expected, but also for the days when you held yourself through the fear and anxiety, the overwhelm and the exhaustion. With relief, that you started to listen more openly to the body that was teaching you what needed to change and needed to evolve, to the thoughts that were controlling you and needed to evolve, to the emotions that were revealing to you what was ready to be healed, with love for the life you're creating for yourself so happiness can thrive, and the challenging decisions you made this month to honor this Sacred Heart commitment, with acknowledgement for what you learned, what you lost, and how it changed you, with humility to what you've witnessed and the stories you've held space for, the progress you've made as you moved on and moved through and moved up, for the light inside that never stopped endlessly guiding you home to yourself, with humor for the craziness of it all and the laughter that broke the silence and flooded light into the heaviness, with acceptance of the miracles, so many beautiful, tiny, heart-filled blessings that brought richness and meaning and connection and joy, with the solstice light that harmonized you to a new frequency, to meet yourself with fresh eyes, and humility to bow to the greatness of the earth's gifts. How it's changed you, this assortment of mutable days and extraordinary moments, all tied together with hope and love and endless courage. I'm proud of you. You were amazing. Bright blessings, Romy Weiser. Take a deep breath. Thank you, Romy. Beautiful message. Here's a lovely poem from Cody Brett. The love language we don't talk about. It's the quiet act of someone choosing to work on themselves, not just for their own sake, but for the health of the relationship. It's easy to say, that's just how I am, and expect others to accept our flaws and triggers as unchangeable parts of us. But real love, deep, mature love, looks different. It's someone who recognizes their wounds and patterns, and instead of making them your burden, takes responsibility for their healing. It's the partner who notices their words cut too deep, or when old habits threaten new happiness, and chooses to do the work to grow. You deserve someone who doesn't expect you to simply tolerate the parts of them that hurt you. You deserve someone who sees the impact of their actions and is willing to change, not because you demand it, but because they care about your peace, your safety, and your heart. Love isn't just about grand gestures or sweet words. Sometimes it's about accountability. It's about someone who looks at their own reflection and says, I want to be better for me, for you, for us. That's the kind of love that builds trust, deepens connection, and heals old wounds. Always remember that you are worthy of a love that grows, of a partner who chooses healing over excuses, effort over complacency. Don't settle for less when someone who's willing to do the work, because that's a love language that will last a lifetime. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. Brother Drunvalo Melchizedek, he says at the beginning, when that happens, it's great. People get really excited, actually. Usually what happens, and we've seen this happen on other planets, in other places, and other times, we say, wow. And yes, it's true that they start correcting all the things in their bodies, healing everything, getting all kinds of money and what they think they need, and then realize there's so much more than that, leaving all those things on the wayside. What they do is get really beautiful, because we can change anything we want. The body is just an image. We've come to the point where we realize there's so much more. It's at that point where the new cycle begins. It's a stage and it's a way. We are in the past of this trip that's already happened. What life is about to do is something that's never been done before, ever. It's the first time since the creation of everything that has decided to speed things up. Take a deep breath. A lovely story here of the friendship between Glenn Close and Robin Williams. I'm going to read this to you. In the final weeks of Robin Williams' life, Glenn Close paid him a visit that would become one of their most painful and unforgettable memories. One of her most painful and unforgettable memories. The bond they formed over 3 decades earlier, while working together on The World According to Garp, had never faded. That was a huge inspiration for me, that film and the novel. John Irving. That 1982 film was Williams' first major step into dramatic cinema, and Close, already a rising star, saw something extraordinary in him, not just as a performer, but as a human being. She later recalled, he was so kind to me. From the very beginning, he made me feel like I belonged. Their friendship wasn't forged merely in rehearsals or during scripted scenes. It came to life in long conversations, laughter between takes, and quiet moments when Williams, vulnerable and open, would let his guard down with her. They shared personal stories, fears and longings, connections that transcended co-stars and leaned into something closer to chosen family. Close had always been sensitive to the fragile side of Williams. Behind the rapid-fire wit and comedic brilliance, she sensed a deep well of melancholy. People saw the genius, the improvisational brilliance, she said once, but I saw someone whose heart carried so much love, so much pain. When she visited him in his home in the Bay Area shortly before his death in 2014, she felt the shift immediately. The man who had once filled every room with light now seemed diminished, struggling under the weight of something she couldn't quite reach. His eyes, she noted, still had warmth, but they also had shadows I hadn't seen before. He smiled, joked softly, asked about her family. They talked about old times, about Garp, about how far they'd both come since those days. But beneath the surface, Close felt the growing silence, the widening distance, as if Robin were gently slipping away, while still holding her hand. What devastated her most was how tender he remained, even in his pain. He made me laugh that day, she said, voice shaking in a later interview. Imagine that. He was the one who was hurting, and he still found it in him to make me feel okay. Their time together on World According to Garp had created something rare. One afternoon during filming, Williams had surprised her by learning one of her long monologues, performing it back to her with perfect sincerity, no jokes, no impressions. He did it just to show that he respected my work, she remembered. It was one of the most generous things anyone's ever done for me. That day became a cornerstone in their friendship, and one that spoke volumes about the depth behind Williams' public persona. In the aftermath of his suicide, Close said she felt a profound helplessness. I kept thinking about how many people loved him, how many lives he touched, and still, he felt so alone in the end. Her grief was mingled with anger, not at Robin, but at the illness that had stolen his light. Depression doesn't care how brilliant you are, she said. It lies to you, tells you the world would be better without you. But Robin gave so much to this world. I hope he knew that. Close has since spoken about him at tributes and private events, always with the same mix of reverence and heartbreak. Her memories remain vivid. His voice, his hugs, the quick silver change between mischief and soulfulness that only he could carry. He gave me a gift, she once whispered, of being truly seen and truly accepted at a time in my life when I needed that most. When she said goodbye that final day, she hugged him tightly and held on a little longer than usual. I had this feeling, she admitted, that I wouldn't see him again. Glenn Close never forgot the kindness he gave so freely, especially when he had so little left to give. Take a breath into that. It is what it is, my friends. Robin, a mighty soul, a very powerful life. Incredible. Laura Anderson. Let's give you Laura's story here.
When I was in my final performance, and what I mean by that is I realized that I had chosen to be an actress through my life to fit in because I never felt that I did. Even from when I was tiny, I never felt like I should be here, or I didn't fit in. I didn't understand. I didn't feel comfortable. So I became an actress. And my final show was called Rabbit Hole. And I smile because I realize the extraordinary cosmic journey that we are thrown on. At that time, so this is 4 years ago, I was still not fully aware of my remembrance. There is a line in this play. It's about a couple and they lose their child in a car accident, and the fact that they can't get over the grief. Now, I played the mother, Becca. And in this particular scene, she meets the young man who caused the accident, who actually killed her son, in effect, who is also traumatized by the accident. And he writes comic strips. And he talks about this adventures of this boy who time travels. And he is explaining it to her. And my line is, so what you're saying is somewhere out there, there is a version of me who's having a good time. I like that. All the way through the run of that play, the audience watched me, first of all, just reiterating the words because they were in a script that I had learned, to embodying it as something that I truly realized was actually happening. And now, through the turmoil of all of these experiences that we have as human beings, I have remembered what I am and why I came here. And why I can sit out here in the raw, in the middle of the forests, with tears in my eyes full of joy, because I realize that we have done it. There is such a shift. There is such a beautiful cosmic shift happening right now, of which you are all part, conscious or unconscious. It's not about knowing from the mind anymore. It's about knowing from the heart. And we have chosen peace. We have chosen peace. We have chosen love. We have chosen our connection to our fellow humans, irrespective of where they may be on the planet.
There you go, my friends. Laura Anderson. Take a deep breath into that. Thank you, Laura. Bless you. Powerful. Well, we're healing the traumas, and we're moving through the dramas, and we're trying to remember what we're doing here. Laura has remembered, and I've remembered, and many people have remembered that we made this promise to ourselves and to God to come here and fall asleep so we could have the joy of waking up, and as we awaken, others awaken as well. I'm just looking at Teresa's new one here. A man possessed of more gifts than he can hold. For those whom this message resonates, I would encourage you to read the many commentaries of this symbol. It's easy to locate, at least a handful online, but I'll share a composite of a couple that put my last few months into perspective. I've taken a few liberties with the author's interpretations to put into the context of ascension. And here's the paragraph. The mind which finds itself confronted with a totally unfamiliar and as yet unexperienced type of potency, eternity, finds it difficult at first to adjust to its new world of perception and possibilities of action. He may rush ahead excitedly and lose his bearings or be overwhelmed by limitless possibility. Today's angel card is manifestation. He should try to reach a state of calm watchfulness and learn that at this level too, there are laws of expressing this new type of order, even when the order is non-linear and non-local, unborn and undying. At this evolutionary station, we are encouraged to move carefully in this new realm, for our consciousness is not yet fully able to operate in it. There is a caution here towards becoming either obsessed by the sheer range of possibilities or overwhelmed by them and by the innate freedom these possibilities reveal. This phrase can be marked by an inexhaustible drive towards self-discovery or an obsession with ideas that cannot yet be easily anchored into physical experience. Sending love to you wherever you are in your gorgeous unfurling. Your presence is such a gift. All right, she's offering sessions. She says, Teresa, I have learned so often the hard way how attending to my own heart and humanity is as integral, great word, as receiving the experience of my own wellness and wholeness, as attending to stargates and the cosmic pantheon. I'm honored to meet you here. Well, Teresa is a dear friend and one of the most amazing light workers on the planet, in my opinion. And I haven't read the whole piece there. She starts off with the great Russian poet, Anna Akhmatova. I have sung over so many abysses and lived in so many mirrors. Deep and wide, my friends. The valley is deep and wide. Let's give you some Mayan Zolkin for today. We're in the wave spell of yellow human, free will, influence, and wisdom. And bibbidi bobbidi boop, the glyph today is white resonant mirror. And those are the energies of channel, inspire, attunement, endlessness, reflect, and order. And it sounds like this: white resonant mirror. I channel in order to reflect. Inspiring order, I seal the matrix of endlessness. With the resonant tone of attunement, I'm guided by the power of heart. Take a deep breath. Let's have some Abraham and Eileen. Abraham, the most significant, the most magnificent creators, manifestation, creation, the most magnificent creators don't want to get together with people who think just like they do. They're looking for people who have other thoughts, because out of the contradiction comes ideas that could not be born out of sameness. Your relationships will be ultimately more if you're not identical twins, just yesing to everything that the other one is about. It's the contrast that creates the choice, that invites the change, that reveals the mystery. We were talking about this morning on the course with Mia, and our friend Jillian was saying that she's saying hello to everyone and smiling at everyone on her bicycle ride along what we call the boardwalk, or the bike path there. And Mia was saying that she also yesterday with our other friends Yvonne and Emma off to see Olive for her birthday, had one magical adventure after another. Once they let go of the agenda, this is how it's done, you know. Magical flows. Here is Eileen Caddy. Are you consciously aware of me and my divine presence? Yes, please. Do you wake up each day with a song of love and gratitude in your heart? That's for me the gift of my concert last night online. I'm lit up for days afterwards, yeah. Do you wake up each day with a song of love and gratitude in your heart? Are you ready for whatever the day may bring, knowing that it will be a wonderful day because I go before you to prepare the way? Do you expect the very best to come out of this day and see everything falling into place perfectly? Can you see all the beauty and wonder in the world? Or do you find yourself concentrating on the chaotic state the world is in, bemoaning the fact that humanity is the cause of it? Realize that without faith, you cannot live this life, for it is by faith that all things are made possible. It is by faith that you can do all things, but of yourself, you can do nothing. Let me work in and through you, so all may come to know me and love me and want to walk in my ways and do my will. Take a deep breath. One of my teachers of faith is this young lady who rides around the world on her motorcycle. Her name is Nora Lee, and she has a YouTube called Itchy Boots. And along with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman, Charlie actually met Nora Lee in London and was on his podcast. I watched that yesterday. But these are, people that are throwing it out there and giving it their best effort and totally committed, and dealing with the ups and downs of life in such an adventurous and beautiful way, and a lot of miracles, a lot of magic, and a lot of help from kind people. Yeah, some conflicts too, you might imagine, but they get through it and we get through it. So anyway, check out Itchy Boots. She's well worth knowing, and also Charlie's podcast that she's on called The Nod, Nod, and also enjoying the latest episode of Long Way Home with Charlie and Ewan on their bikes. I think we're at the penultimate episode this last week here. Here's the Course in Miracles for today. Lesson 345. I offer only miracles today, for I would have them be returned to me. Father, a miracle reflects your gifts to me, your son or daughter, and every one I give returns to me, reminding me the law of love is universal. Even here, it takes a form which can be recognized and seen to work. The miracles I give are given back in just the form I need to help me with the problems I perceive. Father in heaven, it is different, for there are no needs. But here on earth, the miracle is closer to your gifts than any other gift that I can give. But here on earth, the miracle is closer to your gifts than any other gift that I can give. Then let me give this gift alone today, which, born out of true forgiveness, lights the way that I must travel to remember you. And the prayer, peace to all seeking hearts today. So powerful. The light has come to offer miracles to bless the tired world. I will find rest today, for we will offer what we have received. Take a deep breath. There's a video essayist whose name escapes me, like Stories of Old is his channel. And here's his latest piece, brilliant, and it's called A Catastrophe of Good Intentions. And basically it describes how, rather than doing good, the myth in Hollywood of the storytelling that has been funded to the tune of billions of dollars over the last many years has shifted from being courageous and heroic for the sake of good to being courageous and heroic for not doing anything. And it's kind of mind-boggling, but it definitely speaks to the shift that I've seen in the woke culture, in what used to be the strongest cultural engine in the world, and how it is unraveling, because it's not telling the hero's journey any longer. It's telling a different story that with all the flash and all the drama and all the costumes and all the rest of it, the effects, doesn't speak to people's hearts, and people are not going to listen to these stories. Heart of Lemuria, Arcturian light language transmission. Let's do this. Here we go.
Amahina karana to iya anariana ko mishkana ihana hanako umuriana ka iahanare kutu mahina kakari no sukuma iharana ye kanare no kuma aya hikana kakana ikarana suku ihana kuku mirana akrono shono muyaya ira ama ia anara iana naka saneki nashuku ea anahariana ko mi arana hayana kaya so ea anare ea shanaka ira nahana kikanara soto e anara hikna ahina no ono hono ira ana ira na ahana kako mera sokotutu e arana hana ki anahu anare konoko mahariana kasho
Ashohanare kana oh mihanana imihinara imihinara. Mihanara yakana shikina ahun sukuno ohena iyanahana. Iyanahana iriakana oshono mirahana ikinayaya. Irana ahuma ahana kianare sikana ahana iyahuma ahuma. E anara kapana e asukuno mosho ana mosho nakana ayahana ye. Irahanaki ama e anohuno mirana kaka no shonokuno ahara yasutukuno. Iranahama erena koshukuno makara eyasakuno oshukuno mapaya nakiana kana. Ira anahana. Erana ahana yakina nakuno shono shono. Ihana erena ka ikinari asukuno oshono ye. Ara anahana mi anakuno mi ahara sukutum. Irahana yahi hana moku maria shatakum anaya. Amahina karanotu iya anarianoku emeshkana ihana hanaku umrianaka. Ihanare koto mahayana kakari no sukumo. Iharana yakana yanokuma ayahikana kakana. Ikarana suku ihana ihana kuku mirana akuno shono yaya. Ira ama ia anara iana naka resaneki nashuko. Ia anaharina ko mi arana hayana kaya so. Ia anare ia shanaka. Ira nahana kikanara tutu. E amara hikna ahina hana ono hono ono hono ono hono. Ira ana ira na ahana kakuo mere sukututu. E arana hana ki anahu anare konoko mahari na kasho. Asho hanare kana oh mihanana imihinara imihinara. Mihanara yakana shukina ahun sukuno ohena iyana hana. Iana hana eriakana oshono mirahana ikinayaya. Irana ahuma ahana kianare sikana ahuna iyahuma ahuma. E anara kapana e asukuno mosho ana mosho nakana ayahana ye. Irahana ki ama e anohuno mirana kaka no shokuno ahara yasutukuno. Irana hama erena kushukuno umakara eyasakuno oshkuno mapaya nakianakana. Ira anahana. Erana ahana yakira nakuno shono shono. Ihana erina ka ikinari asukuno ushono ye. Ara anahana mi anakuno mi ahara sukutum. Irahana yahi yahana muku maria shatukum anaya. Amahina karanotu iya anarianuku emeshkana edihana hanaku umurianaka. Iahanare koto mahayana kakare no sukumo. Iharana yakanare no kuma ayahikana kakana. Ikarana suku ihana kuku mirana akuno shono yaya. Ira ama ia anara iana nyaka resaneki nashuko. Ia anaharena ko mi arana hayana kaya su. Ia anare ia shanaka. Ira nahana kikanara tutu. E amara hikna ahina hano ono hono ono hono ono hono. Ira ana ira na ahana kakupo mere sukututu. E arana hana ki anahu anari kunoko mahari na kasho. Asho hanare kana oh mihanana imihinana imihinana. Mihanara yakana shikina ahu sukuno ohena iyanahana. Iyanahana eriakana oshono mirahana ikinaya. Irana ahuma ahana kianare sikana ahuna iyahuma ahuma. E anara kapana e asukuno mosho ana mosho nakana ayahana ye. Irahana ki ama e anohono mirana kaka no shokuno ahara yasutukuno. Irana hama erena kushukuno umakara eyasakuno oshukuno mapaya nakianakana. Ira anahana.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. That's Tanya, Heart of Lemuria. Take a nice deep breath into that. Thank you, darling. Arcturian light language transmission. This one is more of a message than an activation. The Arcturian frequencies are coming through with love, encouraging us to stand tall in our true essence, to open and trust, to blossom and unfold our full divine potential in this now moment. Thank you very much. A great gift. Here is the Ankh, Milton Foster. The Ankh is coming up. Oh yeah, we got to give you this lady and her drum. This is Caroline.
As I put finishing touches over the next... Hello from the heart of the land at Dramani, and reunited with the drum as I put finishing touches over the next couple of weeks with a little brush. And where do we begin? With the shadows, always with the shadows before the lights can go in, and outlining gra, love and gratitude. I'll show you where this drum is now anchored, overlooking the main stage area when the Healing Spirit Festival happens on this beautiful land in Cavan. Bare feet to the earth, and so many finishing touches to go in, but from the heart of me and the heart of the land, onwards we go to finish this.
Beautiful. Thank you, darling. Bless your heart. What is the Healing Spirit Festival, we ask? Yes, it's here. We find out. What's the date on that? Bibbidi bobbidi boop. So much going on in Ireland in the summer. It is. It comes alive. Applications, care. Will you tell us the date? Everything with the date. Here it is. August. Okay. Can I see that? 2nd to the 4th of August. Okay. Good stuff. All right. Time for that to happen. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. Coming down the home stretch here. Let me chat with you for a moment. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. We'll do that. Yeah. Thank you. How's it going out there? What's happening? Are you kidding me? This world is spinning at a furious pace right now. So I intended to play for an hour last night. I needed to do 2 starts to really get going, and I needed to start on my other songs rather than Dylan stuff. But because I just, I so love and adore and respect Dylan's music, and of course his incredible, courageous lyrics, just always speaking to the heart of truth and spirit and justice and injustice and all of that. So it was a joy to, I started Friday by singing, was it Friday? Saturday morning, I think, singing for my friends on Course in Miracles, because I hadn't made Friday night, and I didn't even bring my guitar, but I would have borrowed Clive's, I suppose, and or one of his many. So I sang Take Command, which is my song, and they loved it. And then, as I said, I got up with Declan. He and I were hanging out. We hadn't played together in a year, is my guess. And he invited me, and I said, absolutely. So we did Masters of War and You Ain't Going Nowhere. And then last night I did Masters of War and You Ain't Going Nowhere. Blowing in the Wind, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome, Forever Young, Tangled Up in Blue, Tomorrow is a Long Time Away, The Times They Are A-Changin', The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll and I Shall Be Released. So those are some of his masterworks. There's many, many more. Shelter from the Storm, It's All Right Mom, Only Bleeding, Visions of Johanna. I love Love is Just a 4-letter word. Desolation Row, Just Like a Woman. It just goes on. And Dylan did a duet with, would you believe, Barbara Streisand, which I listened to last night, and who was on there with them playing incredible harmonica through the whole piece, but brother Stevie Wonder. So that was a feast. The very thought of you. I think that's a George Gershwin tune. Anyway, a feast of music this weekend, and a feast of spirit for all of us as well. So my thanks again to everyone for sharing their hearts and their visions and their messages and their prayers and their healing modalities. And it is time to shine your light and share your love, my friends, as never before. So thank you for that. Thanks for being here with me this morning. If you can, please do make a donation for morning poems and prayers. There's a PayPal link there. I have one or two people that are donating at the moment. I'd like to expand that so I can expand my horizons. I'm looking forward to my Social Security check on Wednesday night with great excitement, as is usually the case. I'm still enjoying LifeWave, and I had the best week I've had in quite a while with all of that, the X39 patches, the biophotonic patches. So I'm going to be on in a half an hour with Misha and Tessa from Australia, who are part of my team, and get a dose of inspiration from them. My dear friends Jeanette and DVL signed up last week after Jeanette was good enough to come to our Zoom call. We do a Zoom call every Wednesday night, 8:30 Ireland time. And yes, it is network marketing. Yes, it is a product that helps people to take their power back about their health. Yes, it is completely outside of the box. Yes, it shifts the paradigm beautifully and wonderfully. And yes, you can also earn some money doing that. So if any of those things are exciting, which they certainly have helped me and my movie, come and find out more about it. Either text me or go to LifeWave Team Ireland, which is our Facebook group. I put all my information for LifeWave there, and there's always more coming every day. And yeah, just much love and much gratitude for you being here with me. So I'll leave it there for this morning. Thank you. Do check out last night's concert. I used to do that monthly, and I'm grateful to get back in the groove with that. And this is for the concert, for morning poems and prayers, for Awakened Spirits Network, and all the things that I'm privileged to do here online. Peace and blessings. All my love. Namaste. Peace.